Hello students. So welcome you all to the next session on inverse trigonometric functions. My dear students, today we are going to deal the most important part of inverse trigonometric functions, which is the properties of inverse trigonometric functions. Only one of the property has been asked, one from this and one from this has been asked for 2 marks. Otherwise the properties may not be asked for a proof. Okay, but anyhow we are going to solve one from each of the property so that the other remaining two directly follows from the original one method whichever we do it. Okay, so we are not going to waste much time with talking. We will directly get on to properties of inverse trigonometric functions. So in the first part I have sine inverse of 1 by x is equal to cosecant inverse x. Cos inverse of 1 by x is secant inverse x, and tan inverse of 1 by x is cot inverse x. And please be careful, sometimes he may ask you for what values of x sine inverse of 1 by x is cosecant inverse x. This is not possible always provided for this condition itself. So remember the condition. The condition is very important for you, okay, to know the property. Okay, right. So we will move on to the first proof. Are you ready? Right. So let us prove the first condition, which is sine inverse of 1 by x is equal to cosecant inverse of x for the condition x greater than or equal to 1 or x less than or equal to minus 1. The proof of other two directly follows in the same procedure. Now let us prove. Let me put sine inverse of 1 by x as theta. Okay, consider the LHS as theta. Take it as equation 1. Okay, now apply sine on both sides. Actually what happens if we apply sine on both sides? Sine and sine inverse get cancelled. So actually what happens is it is sine inverse of 1 by x, that is nothing but sine theta. The property is this. Sometimes we say bring sine to the right hand side. We can't actually bring sine to the right hand side. Only thing is we are applying sine on both sides. Now sine and sine inverse will be cancelled. I'm going to get 1 by x is nothing but sine theta. Okay, now I'm going to exchange the reciprocal. I'm going to take 1 by sine theta is nothing but x, isn't it? If 1 by x is equal to sine theta, then 1 by sine theta is equal to x. Therefore, now tell me what is 1 by sine. We know the reciprocal of sine is nothing but cosecant theta. So cosecant theta is equal to x. Okay, therefore remember, if cosecant theta is equal to x, then theta will be cosecant inverse of x, isn't it? So bring cosecant to the right hand side. I told you bringing cosecant to the right hand side means you get cosecant inverse. Okay, that means applying cosecant inverse on both sides. Don't get confused. If you have cosecant, I will apply the inverse function. If I have inverse, I will apply the trigonometric function. Now from equation 1, what is actually theta? Sorry, from equation 1, theta is sine inverse of 1 by x. So sine inverse of 1 by x is cosecant inverse x, and hence the proof. If they ask you the proof of this property, you can easily get 2 marks. Okay. Now I hope you can do the other remaining 2 functions in a similar pattern. Okay. Now we are moving on to the second properties, where I have sine inverse of minus x is minus sine inverse x, tan inverse of minus x is minus tan inverse x, and cosecant of minus x is minus cosecant inverse x. Out of these 3, this time I am going to take tan inverse of minus x is equal to minus of tan inverse x. Okay, we are going to prove this now. Okay friends, now let us prove this property. I have to prove tan inverse of minus x is equal to minus of tan inverse x. I told you the other 2 properties, you also do it in the same pattern. Even here, let us consider the LHS. What is LHS? Tan inverse of minus x is equal to theta. You may be having a doubt, should we always consider the LHS as theta? You may also consider the RHS as theta. But for these properties, it is better for you to consider from LHS to RHS. Okay. Now, I told you I have tan inverse of minus x is equal to theta. Now, apply tan on both sides. So, if you apply tan on both sides, so it is tan of tan inverse minus x is nothing but tan theta. Okay. Now, tan and tan inverse gets cancels because this is in my property in the region x belongs to R. So, I will get minus x is nothing but tan theta. Okay. Remember, minus x is nothing but tan and tan inverse gets cancels. Minus x is nothing but tan theta. I'm going to shift minus to the other side. So, x becomes minus of tan theta. Okay. Now, this is nothing but x is equal to, remember, I'm going to use this property minus of tan theta. Actually, we get tan of minus theta. So, look here, we have used just this property. Tan inverse of minus theta is minus of tan theta. So, instead of minus tan theta, I can write it as tan of minus theta. Okay, right. Now, now apply tan inverse. What happens? Left hand side becomes tan inverse x is nothing but minus theta. Okay. Yes. Now, again shift the minus tan to the left hand side. So, minus of tan inverse x is nothing but theta. Okay. Therefore, substitute back for theta from equation 1. Minus of tan inverse x is nothing but theta is actually from equation 1. Tan inverse of minus x. Remember, from equation 1. So, I am using equation 1. Okay. So, therefore, you can just keep this way or else you can simplify writing. Hence, tan inverse of minus x will be minus of tan inverse of x. Remember, the condition is x belongs to real numbers. Okay. So, this is how you prove this set of properties. Okay. So, you can try the other two properties in the similar pattern. Now, moving on to the next property, which is very important. Now, we are going to see why cos inverse of minus x or secant inverse of minus x or cosecant inverse of minus x, we get pi minus. We are going to see this. Now, in this part, we are going to consider for cos inverse of minus x. So, we will prove the first one so that you can do the other two remaining properties. Okay. Okay, friends. So, we are going to prove cos inverse of minus x is pi minus cos inverse of x. Remember, as usual, let me consider the LHS, that is cos inverse of minus x, as theta. Okay. So, if you apply cos on both sides, I think you are comfortable now. If you apply cos on both sides, I will get minus x is nothing but cos theta. Okay. If I apply cos on both sides, sometimes we say bring cos to the right hand side. Actually, I told you it is applying cos on both sides. So, minus x is nothing but cos theta. You can bring negative sign on any side. So, x becomes minus cos theta. Okay. Now, in the previous case, actually you wrote cos inverse of, you wrote tan inverse of minus theta is minus tan theta. But cos inverse of minus theta is plus cos theta. So, in case of minus of cos theta, you cannot write cos of minus theta. So, what is the other way of writing minus of cos theta? Now, what would be the other way of writing minus of cos theta? Think about it. Just think for a while. How can we write cos how can we replace minus of cos theta as? Any guesses? Yes. So, we are going to use this property, that is cos of pi minus theta or cos of 180 minus theta. So, cos of 180 minus theta is nothing but minus cos theta. So, remember, this minus cos theta I am going to replace as cos of, you can either write 180 or we know on 180 is nothing but pi minus theta. Okay, I am comfortable. This is a property in first PUC which you have already studied. I hope you are comfortable with this. Now, apply cos inverse on both sides. I will get cos inverse of x is nothing but pi minus theta. Now, what I am going to do it is bring theta to the left hand side and cos inverse to the right hand side. What I'm going to get is theta minus theta becomes plus theta is nothing but pi minus cos inverse of x. Okay, now you can check here. Therefore, what is theta from equation 1? I get cos inverse of minus x is nothing but pi minus cos inverse of x. Remember, by using equation 1. So this is how you prove this property. There are chances of this property being asked this year because they have not asked yet. Okay, shall we move on to the next property? Right, so the third set of properties is cleared. You can try the other remaining two properties by yourself. Okay, excuse me friends, this property which is cot inverse of minus x is equal to pi minus cot inverse of x, this has been asked in March 2020 for 2 marks. So this property has been asked in March 2020 for 2 marks. Okay, you can write it as for remembrance itself. It is March 2020. This has been asked for 2 marks. So very easy property. This time they may ask the other, the property has been asked for cot, but we have proved it for cos. Okay, the both the proof will remain same. Now we are moving to the fourth one. In the fourth one, the first property, that is sin inverse of x plus cos inverse of x is equal to pi by 2. Remember, x belongs to the range of minus 1 to 1. Okay, so x belongs to minus 1 to 1. This property has been asked 2 times for 2 marks. That is March 2019 and July 2015. Remember this property, sin inverse of x plus cos inverse of x is equal to pi by 2. For x belongs to minus 1 to plus 1 closed interval. This has been asked in March 2019 and July 2015 for 2 marks. Okay, so we're going to prove this property itself so that the other 2 properties you can try it by yourself. Okay, right. Yeah, we shall prove it. Sin inverse of x plus cos inverse of x is equal to pi by 2. Okay, now we again as previous, now in this set of properties, I am not going to consider the entire LHS as theta. I am just going to consider one function. You may either consider sin inverse of x as theta or you can consider cos inverse of x as theta. For my verification, I am going to consider sin inverse of x as theta. Yes, you guessed it. Now if you apply sin on both sides, now a sin and sin inverse gets cancels. So x becomes sin theta. Okay, now x is nothing but, can you write sin theta in terms of cos theta? There are many ways of writing sin theta in terms of cos theta. You can also think about writing sin theta is equal to root of 1 minus cos square theta, but that is not going to help us much. So remember, I am going to use this property here. The property here, cos of 90 minus theta is nothing but sin theta. So I am going to write sin in terms of cos. How? So sin theta becomes cos of 90. 90 means pi by 2 minus theta. Are you comfortable? So this is the property of inverse trigonometric functions. Now apply cosecant inverse on both sides. So left hand side becomes cos inverse. It's applying cos inverse. So cos inverse of x is nothing but cos inverse and cos will get cancelled. I'll get pi by 2 minus theta. So bring theta to left hand side. I'll get theta plus cos inverse of x is nothing but pi by 2. It's a very simple property. Okay, now check what is theta from equation 1. From equation 1, I'll get sin inverse of x as theta plus cos inverse of x is already there. It is nothing but pi by 2. Why? From equation 1. So this is how you prove this property very easily. You can easily get 2 marks. 2 marks will be in your pocket if you are able to do this properties easily. Okay, right. So you can try the other 2 properties in the similar pattern. Okay, we'll move on to the next property. Tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is nothing but tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. Remember, this is for the condition this x and y should be less than 1. Remember, this condition is valid only if x and y is less than 1. Always remember the condition for what values of x and y this property will be satisfied. So if we can prove the first property, second one you can do it by your own self. Okay, right. Okay, we are going to prove this. Tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is nothing but tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. Remember, for x into y less than 1. Now let me consider tan inverse of x as a, okay, and tan inverse of y as b. Okay, let us consider this. Now if I apply tan on both sides here, I'll get x is nothing but tan a and y is nothing but tan b. Okay, you can consider this as equation 1, where I have considered tan inverse of x as a and tan inverse of y as b. So from this I'll get x is equal to tan a and y is equal to tan b. Now we know that, what do you know? We know the property tan of a plus b. What is the formula for tan of a plus b? So remember the formula, tan of a plus b is nothing but tan a plus tan b divided by 1 minus tan a into tan b. I'm going to use this here. So tan of a plus b is nothing but tan a plus tan b whole divided by 1 minus tan a into tan b. So this is the formula for tan of a plus b. Now I'm going to substitute back. Therefore, tan of a plus b is equal to, now what is tan a? We have already know that tan a is nothing but x plus tan b is nothing but y. Okay, whole divided by 1 minus, again tan a is x and tan b is y. Now if you apply tan inverse on both sides, so if you apply tan inverse on both sides, I will get a plus b is nothing but tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. Okay, now we substitute back for what is a and b from equation 1. Therefore, we are going to write it in the final way. A is nothing but tan inverse of x and b is nothing but tan inverse of y. So tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is nothing but tan inverse of x plus y divided by 1 minus xy. Remember, this is for the condition x into y is less than 1. So this is how you prove this property. Now you can try the next property by yourself in the similar pattern. Okay, shall we move on to the next one? Moving on to the next property, I have 2 times tan inverse x is nothing but sin inverse of 2x divided by 1 plus x square. This is for mod x less than or equal to 1. Or 2 times tan inverse of x is equal to cos inverse of 1 minus x square divided by 1 plus x square. This is for x greater than or equal to 0. And 2 times tan inverse of x is nothing but tan inverse of 2x divided by 1 minus x square for x lying between the open interval minus 1 to 1. The first one, the proof is already in the textbook. Now I'm going to prove the second one now, so that you can try the other two remaining. First one is already a worked example. You can try this. I'm going to give you the hint for the other 2 ones. Okay. And also remember, the second property has been asked in July 2017 for 2 marks. Okay. Now we're going to prove this. Let us prove this. So for this property particularly, I'm going to consider the RHS as theta. Okay. Cos inverse of 1 minus x square divided by 1 plus x square as theta. Okay, right? You might be wondering why I have considered it in this way. Let us go to see it. You can either consider the cos inverse of 1 minus x square by 1 plus x square as theta, or else directly we'll consider RHS. Sorry, RHS is nothing but cos inverse of 1 minus x square divided by 1 plus x square. Okay, now remember this substitution. In all the three properties we are going to substitute. So remember the substitution. For the first one we are going to substitute x is nothing but sine theta. Okay, because I have sine inverse of x. For the second one I'm going to put x is equal to in both the cases we are going to put x is equal to tan theta. In all the cases I'm going to put x is nothing but tan theta. You might be wondering why tan theta itself. Okay, we're going to see it. So this is nothing but put x is nothing but tan theta. Therefore theta will be applying tan inverse. I'll get tan inverse of x. Hope you are comfortable with this. I considered the RHS. I'm going to substitute. What I'm going to substitute? I'm going to substitute for x as tan theta. So 1 minus x square will become tan square divided by 1 plus tan square theta. Now hope you remember the formula for 1 minus tan square by 1 plus tan square in terms of cos theta. Any guesses? If you can remember, it's wonderful. So I have a property here, cos 2 theta. We know the formula for cos theta is either cos square minus sin square, or 2 cos square minus 1, or 1 minus 2 sin square. Let me use this. 1 minus tan square theta plus 1 plus tan square theta is nothing but cos 2 theta. So I'm going to substitute this. So this becomes cos inverse of cos 2 theta. Okay, so this is nothing but cos inverse of cos inverse and cos we can cancel because this 2 theta will lie in my range. Okay, so cos inverse and cos will get cancelled. I'll get 2 theta. So this is nothing but 2 into what is actually theta? Theta is nothing but tan inverse of x. So 2 times tan inverse of x. That is nothing but what is 2 times tan inverse of x? Actually that is nothing but LHS. Okay, so I considered the RHS. I proved LHS. Therefore you can write 2 times tan inverse of x is nothing but cos inverse of 1 minus x square divided by 1 plus x square for the condition x greater than or equal to 0. Okay, you can similarly try the other two properties here. Okay, remember for all the three cases start with the right hand side and put x is equal to tan theta, so that again you are going to use the same property here, because 2 tan theta divided by 1 plus tan square becomes sin 2 theta, and here 2 tan theta divided by 1 minus tan square theta will be tan 2 theta. Remember both looks alike. If the denominator is 1 plus tan square theta, it is sin 2 theta. If the denominator is 1 minus tan square theta, then it will be tan 2 theta. Okay, so you can use this formulas and prove the remaining two properties. Okay, so friends, we have come to the conclusion of this session. In this session we dealt with all the properties of inverse trigonometric functions. So in the next class, be careful, we are going to solve the important problems, that is the 2 marker problems and 3 marker problems which has been asked in this chapter in your main examinations, and also the remaining exercise questions. So keep waiting for the next session. Until then, take care and bye.